Hello YouTube, it's Gwave here, and today is when we're going to do the boss of the Leone family and the most powerful mob boss in Liberty City, Salvatore Leone. So let's begin. Cutting the grass.
Leave us alone for a minute. The Colombian cartel is making spank somewhere in Liberty, but we don't know where. And they seem to know everything we're doing before we do. We got us a rat. There's a guy named Curly Bob, works the bar at Luigi's. He's been throwing more money around than he's earning. He ain't pimping or pushing, so he must be talking. He usually gets a taxi home after work, so follow him. And if he's ratting us out, kill him.
So fun fact, what I love about Salvatore's house, that you can listen to this music and I really like it. So Salvatore has asked us to go kill Curly Bob. Curly Bob is this guy that works in Luigi's club. He's a bartender, and so Salvatore has asked us to go and kill Curly. Alright, so there's Curly right there. And Salvatore believes Curly is giving information because lately Curly, he's been making a lot of money. Now, I don't know if Curly's a soldier in the Leones. I'm not sure about that because Salvatore did say that he's a bartender in Luigi's club. So maybe Curly's a soldier because think about it. How would Curly know all this information if he wasn't? And I know Liberty City Stories, JD was an associate of the Sindacos, and the Sindacos told JD everything, and he's not a member of the Sindacos, but still, I think Curly might be a member. I'm not too sure. I do know that he works for the Leones, but I don't know if he's a soldier or that's just it. He's just a bartender that works for Luigi. So Curly is going to meet someone at the Hardwood, oh no wait, scratch that, Portland Harbor. So this is where Curly is going, and you want to be sure not to get too close to Curly, otherwise he's going to see you and the mission is over. Then you got to do all this again. So just drive real slow, and there's Curly. Now let's see who's going to meet.
Mr. Big Mouth himself.
Were you followed? You know what goes on here is our little secret, amigo.
No, I wasn't followed. You got my stuff?
Here's your spank. Scooty. Now talk.
Okay, so the Leones are fighting wars on two fronts. They're in a turf war with the Triads, with no sign of either side giving up. Meanwhile, Joey Leone has stirred up some bad blood with the Forellis. Every day they're losing men and influence in the city. Salvatore's becoming dangerous and paranoid. He expects everybody and everything.
And with loyalty like yours, what has he possibly got to worry about?
Whack Curly Bob. You should just stick to selling liquor, Curly. So, fun thing about Curly, if you listen to what Curly said about the Leones, you'll find something interesting. So before I do anything, let me explain. So let me see, anything around here? So basically, Catalina, that was Catalina and Miguel, the same girl that betrayed Claude and Claude's ex-girlfriend. And so Catalina is the new leader of the cartel. Now, Catalina, she was never a member of the cartel. Again, I think Miguel was next in line because Miguel, if you played Liberty City Stories, he was a member. He was like a captain in the cartel. And the cartel, I'm going to talk about this ship soon. So basically, I guarantee you Catalina used her sex appeal to persuade Miguel because like I said, Catalina's an idiot. She's not really smart. Yeah, selling Spank was a good idea because it made her more money with the Leones, hence why the Leones are in a power struggle. So basically, if you listen to what Curly said, he explains that stuff that we do know and stuff that's actually a little interesting. So Curly mentions how the Leones are at war with the Triads. In my last video that I did with Tony, I mentioned how the Leones are not finished with the Triads and the Triads are not finished with them. So the Triads are at full war with the Leones, and even though the Leones have gravely weakened the Triads, the Leones have definitely taken huge benefits from this war with the Triads. The Triads, unfortunately, are still not giving up. Even after the Leones blew up, Claude helped blew up their fish cannery factory, the Triads are not finished yet. And if you listen to what the Curly says about the Forellis, this really shows you how weak the Forellis are. At first, when I was a little kid, I thought he said that the Leones were losing influence in the city, but it was not the Leones, it was the Forellis. The Leones still have Liberty under their control. So when Curly Bob says that Joey Leone has stirred up trouble with the Forellis, we notice Joey has definitely picked a fight with the Forellis. And Curly Bob has said every day the Forellis are losing more men and influence in the city. This shows you that they are really weak at this point. The Forellis have gotten super weak. No one is afraid of them. No one is scared of them. And every day the Forellis are losing more and more men and influence in the city. Every day more gangs are kicking their butts. The other mafias, they don't even consider them a threat. The other mafias are not even scared of them. So that's what's happening. The Forellis are really weak now. And if you played Vice City and Vice City, all the other GTA games, basically the games that happened before the events of 3, the Forellis were so powerful. And in Liberty City Stories in Advance, that's when stuff really got down for them. But enough about the Forellis. So now I'm going to do Salvatore's third mission. Yes, third. Bomb the ACK base. Bomb the base.
The cartel has got bottomless funds from pushing that Spank crap. If we make an open attack on them, they'll wipe the floor with us. They must be making Spank on that big boat that Curly led you to. So we gotta use our heads. Or rather, one head. Your head. I'm asking you to destroy that Spank factory as a personal favor to me, Salvatore Leone. If you do this for me, you will be a made man. Anything you want. Go and see 8-Ball. You'll need his expertise to blow up that boat.
So yeah, now that we're not time, listen to this, guys. I really love Salvatore's mansion. I really do. And what I always loved about it is this piano. I loved how it plays by itself. And I also like when you listen to Salvatore's cutscenes, this music plays. Unless you're playing the Definitive Edition, to which for some reason Rockstar decided to take off his theme song when you talk to him. Too bad you can't drink in this game, huh, Claude? So, fun fact about the cutscene that Salvatore, when he's talking to us now, in the actual PlayStation version, Salvatore doesn't say just that. When Claude walks in, Salvatore is actually telling Claude... Salvatore is actually telling Claude something else. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but in the original PlayStation 2 version of GTA 3, Salvatore says something about the cartel, and he explains that the reason why they can't go to war with the cartel is because they're currently at war with the the Leones are currently at war with the Triads. My bad, I didn't mean to slip of the tongue right there. So yeah, the Leones are currently at war with the Triads. And even though the Triads are weaker than the cartel, and the Triads are definitely gotten really weak thanks to Claude, unfortunately, the Leones cannot make an open attack on the cartel because the cartel got more money than them. Like I said, the Leones are in a power struggle now that the cartel are selling Spank. So I want to show you guys something real quick. Look at all these guys right here. Like this was very scary, like how all these homeless guys are worshiping this package. Look at that. Like, what are they all doing there? And look what happens. Look at this. Check this out. They all drop cartel bombs. Like, I always found this weird. What were these homeless people doing here? And how come 8-Ball didn't know about them? Seriously, I love the Mafia Sentinel. It is the best car in the whole game. It is equally balanced. It doesn't wobble when it moves. It can take a lot of punishment for a minimum amount, but still, it's a good car, and it's really fast. This is why the Leones are the best mafia, the most powerful mafia in Liberty, because they got the best cars. But going back to what Salvatore said, so yeah, when this game was reissued, Rockstar had to take off some of the cutscene because of the lines, because they got in trouble because of some racial tensions, because Salvatore says something offensive about the cartel, about their race, so they have to take it off. The only time you'll hear it is in the original PlayStation 2 version. Or maybe in the Definitive Edition, maybe. But in the PS2 version, you can actually hear it. I'm playing this by PS5, guys. So Salvatore wants us... So basically, the ship that I was on that Curly led us to, that was basically a cartel drug factory, and Salvatore wants it destroyed, but he knows the Leones can't do anything directly because if they do, the cartel will attack them. And like I said, even though the Leones are powerful, they're currently at war with the Triads, and if the Leones go to war with the cartel, then the Triads will take advantage of this. And not just that, but in Joey's second mission, it's hinted that the Triads are on the cartel's side. So we're going to be doing now Salvatore's next mission. This is 8-Ball's Bomb the Base Act 2.
Yo, my man. Salvatore phoned ahead, but a job like this is going to need a lot of fireworks. I'll need $100,000 to cover expenses. But you know, with me, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Come back, brother, when you have the money.
Yeah, like, this isn't the first time this happened. Like, in other GTA games, like, oh, 8-Ball's got a van here. What's funny is that this van looks just like the one that Tony used. But yeah, that's what's with 8-Ball. Like, in Liberty City Stories, this happened too. Like, when you need to do something that involves 8-Ball, the person that hires you isn't the one that pays them. Like, when Tony needed a bunch of bombs from 8-Ball, Donald Love, he told Tony to go meet 8-Ball. And so 8-Ball told Tony flat out that Donald said you were going to pay me. So that's what happens. Like, that's what's a little, you know, weird about 8-Ball. Like his clients always tell him that the person that I'm sending you is the one that's going to pay you. And I like 8-Ball 8 Ball. He's not as underrated as Luigi is, but he's still very underrated because 8 Ball's a cool guy. Like, he gave Claude a home, and 8 Ball did not have to save Claude when they broke out of the prison transport. Like, he could have just abandoned Claude, but no, 8 Ball would not do that. Yes, he is a criminal, and he's done some pretty messed up stuff, but 8 Ball would not betray anyone. So we're gonna do his mission now.
Okay, let's do this then. I can set this baby to detonate, but I still can't use a piece with these hands. Here, this rifle should help you pop some heads.
See? That's what I mean. Luckily, I got more than enough money, so let's go. 8 Ball, where are you? So yeah, I always liked 8 Ball. So many people that play GTA 3, they never understood how 8 Ball's hands got burnt. And they thought that it was him playing with an explosives and it went bad. Well, no, we actually find out how 8 Ball's hands got burned because in GTA Advance. GTA Advance is the GTA game for Game Boy Advance. It happens 2 years after GTA Liberty City Stories and 1 year before GTA 3. And in that game, in 8 Ball's final mission, 8 Ball sacrifices himself to save the main protagonist, Mike. Mike doesn't want to leave 8 Ball, but 8 Ball does it anyway, and 8 Ball's shop ends up getting blown up, and his hands get burned, and that's how he gets arrested.
And I'll head in when you fire the first shot.
And that's how 8 Ball's hands got burned. So if you want to know, you gotta play the Game Boy Advance game, GTA Advance. So you see the cartel have this ship under their control, and this ship is disguised as a cargo ship. That way the police wouldn't know it's what they're really doing. And the cartel are selling Spank here, which is, again, I don't know what Spank is. I don't know if it's either cocaine or meth. And I doubt it's cocaine because the Leones, they sell cocaine. In Liberty City Stories, the Leones, they sell cocaine. So I doubt it's cocaine considering that the Leones can actually sell cocaine themselves. So it must be a drug that's more expensive than cocaine, which would be meth. Meth is actually a lot more expensive than crack. And is definitely more dangerous because let's not forget this was in the early 2000s when. So this mission you really need to be careful with right here, guys. Alright, let's see if we can get our hands on some cartel guns. So this mission was hard at first. It has not aged well, obviously. But what makes this mission hard is that sometimes I'll explain after the cutscene. Come on, 8 Ball, you can make it. Run! You know, it's strange that 8 Ball can't use a gun, but yet he could build a bomb still and build a bomb powerful enough to sink a ship. So yeah, that's literally us getting our money back with a little extra $50. And 8-Ball just disappears.
Oh, Toad, I mean, sir, you know, in life, we have a lot of I'm obligated to play some commercial announcements. We'll be back right after this.
We've got a new friend for everyone. He's got...
So yeah, that guy you heard talk on the radio now was Laszlo, and he makes an appearance in 5. Laszlo is in every GTA game, guys. So, going back to what I said about 8-Ball, like, 8-Ball really knows how to make good explosives. He really does. Like, he knows how to make good bombs. And so, yeah, 8-Ball is a real cool guy. Even though 8-Ball is a criminal, sure, he would never betray anyone. And like I said before, 8-Ball did not have to give Claude a house. He did not have to do all that for Claude. 8-Ball could have just ran out of the prison convoy and left Claude for dead. But no, 8-Ball decided to not just save Claude, but he gave Claude a home. And that's what I like about 8-Ball. Okay, before we do Salvatore's last mission, there's just one thing I gotta check out, guys. Give me one moment. I just need to check something real quick. So as I said about that, like, that's what I love about 8-Ball. Even though 8-Ball's a criminal, sure, 8-Ball, if there's one thing you know he'll never do to you, is that he will never betray you. 8-Ball will never stab you in the back. He would never turn on you. Like, he is loyal. And like I said, 8-Ball did not have to give Claude a home. 8-Ball could have just ran out the prison convoy and just, you know, simply just abandon Claude. Now, this is what I need to check right here, guys. Okay, I still got my Mafia Sentinel in there, and I had to check that for my own personal reason, guys. I'll explain later, and I think, and you'll see why later. Still in there? Like, yeah, sure, this apartment isn't all that impressive, and yeah, it's small, but still, 8-Ball shows that he will look out for his friends. Like, 8-Ball will never betray anyone. Yes, he is a criminal, and 8-Ball has done some pretty messed up stuff, with the most messed up moment being in, oh, great rates paid for new and used emergency vehicles. Bring them to the crane in northeast of Portland Harbor. So, yeah, so basically that's what I like about 8-Ball. And 8-Ball is not a member of the Leones, he's an associate. This means that he does work for them and the Mafia will pay him. Like, the Mafia works like this, guys. We got the associates. The associates are like Claude right here and 8-Ball. 8-Ball and Claude are associates. They don't work, they're not members of the Mafia, but they do work for the Mafia. And then, of course, we got soldiers like Mickey, who was Luigi's bodyguard, and the random Leone soldiers that we see over there, and Joey. Joey only gets special privileges because he's Salvatore's son. Listen to that beautiful music, guys. I really wish we could see more of Salvatore's mansion, like go inside. The only time we see extra stuff in Salvatore's mansion is in Liberty City Stories and in San Andreas, and where we see Salvatore's office. Last request. Oh, man.
It's my favorite cleaner. I'm proud of you, my boy. You kicked the shit out of those grease balls. I just got one little job for you before we can all celebrate. There's a car around the block from Luigi's club. The inside is covered in brains. We had to help some guy make up his mind, and it proved a little messy. Take it to the crusher before the cops find it.
I just want to hear this music one more time. So beautiful. This is a beautiful music right here. I listen to this music all the time. Good memories. So let's do Salvatore's last mission. And I have a personal hatred for this mission. I really do. I really hate this mission, and you guys are gonna see why soon. Why I hate it so much. Let me just stop right here real quick while I still can. There's Tony's restaurant. Let me listen to it one last time while I still can. And when I'm saying this, guys, is because you're gonna see why I hate this mission. Just taking the last scenery for one more moment before I go do Salvatore's thing. Tony's restaurant. There's where Ma Cipriani's at. Listen to this one more time before I do the last mission for Salvatore. Alright, let's go pick up the car. I really hate this mission. I really do. This is one of the missions that I hate. And that's why I hate this mission. This is why. Alright, let me mention before what I wanted to say about 8-Ball before he went inside the ship. So what I was saying about the mission that we did with Salvatore Bomb the Act, the reason why that mission is hard is because of 8-Ball's AI. And if you don't know how to use the sniper for the first time, it is difficult. But yep, now you guys are gonna see why I hate this mission so much. It's not hard, but this is why I hate it. Watch.
Listen, Salvatore thinks that we're going behind his back, so he was offering you to the cartel in order to make a deal. I couldn't let him do that. I mean, the worst thing is, it's all my fault because I told him we were an item. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Look, you're a marked man on the Mafia turf, and I've got to get out of here too. I've seen too much killing, too much blood. This is a friend of mine, okay? She's an old friend, and it's so good. She's someone we can trust.
Come on, enough of the speeches. We better get out of here before we get more hysterical Italians wanting less friendly reunions.
This is why I hate this mission, guys. This is why here. So, basically, Salvatore betrayed us. And the reason why Salvatore betrayed us is because in San Andreas, he got so paranoid after CJ betrayed him, and Liberty City Stories because the other mafias wanted him dead. And Salvatore just has a bad paranoia. Remember what Curly said, Salvatore is becoming paranoid. And so what happens is that Maria here, she falls in love with Claude, and she decided, hey, why don't I tell Salvatore, the most powerful mob boss in all of Liberty City, that I'm having an affair with Claude. She decides to tell Salvatore this, and because Salvatore is so paranoid, he didn't question it. He didn't question it, so he tried to, after everything Claude did, all the work he did for, sorry if I sound too loud, guys, I'm sorry. All the work that Claude did in the Leones is completely destroyed now. Now Salvatore wants Claude dead, all because of Maria simping for him. Maria, in my opinion, is the biggest simp in the GTA universe. She is a massive simp. And because of her, now Claude has to flee Portland.
Asuka and I are gonna have to talk. Why don't you go cruise around?
You'll need a place to lie low. There's a warehouse at the edge of Belleville that should suit your needs. Come back here to my condo when you're ready, and you and me can have a little chat.
Thank you, Asuka. Burn in hell, Maria. So for Claude's trouble, Asuka pays Claude $20,000.
News just in from the traffic desk. Repairs to the Callahan Bridge have been completed. Since the explosion, engineers have been working around the clock to get traffic flowing between Portland and Staunton Island once again.
So that's why I hate Last Request, guys. Not because it's a hard mission, but because Maria, because she was such a simp. Maria is such a simp, and this is shown a lot in Liberty City Stories. In Liberty City Stories, Maria falls in love with this biker dude from the Avenging Angels, or as they're known now as the Angels of Death, which is the biker gang that the Lost MC is enemies with. And she even falls in love with Tony. And this is why I said in my last video, I hate Maria. I really do. I really hate her. Like, I would rather be around Vlad from GTA 4 than be around with her. Yes, that's how much I hate her. I would rather be around Vlad. And the less said about Vlad, the better. So the reason why I'm here is for this, guys. Oh, no van here. Oh, well, we could come back to it later. Like, I really hate Maria. I really do. I don't like her. And there's this YouTuber called The Professional. If you actually go look at his videos, just type in The Professional GTA Lores, and you'll see that he has a list on the top most stupidest things Maria has done. I really hate Maria. I never liked her. I hated her since I was a kid. When Maria said that she told Salvatore that her and Claude were an item, she basically told Salvatore that her and Claude were having an affair. Because Maria is Salvatore's wife. And like I said, this is why I hate Maria so much. I really hate Maria because of this. Yes, Maria saved Claude's life, but let's not forget, Claude is in this mess because of her. None of this would happen had Maria not fallen in love with Claude. So I'm going to save right here, guys. Like, none of this would happen because of Maria. So now Claude is wanted by the Leones. So literally, and Salvatore told Claude if he did this final mission for him, he was going to be made. Claude was going to be made, meaning that Claude would have been a member of the Mafia, anything he wanted. And I think Salvatore was lying. I think he was trying to see just how much Claude... I think Salvatore just wanted to see how much Claude wanted his help and his organization's involvement. So, because here's the thing, Claude is not 100% Italian. Claude is not even 1% Italian. Claude is Caucasian. He's Caucasian American. And so, Claude is not Italian. And in shows like The Sopranos and movies like Goodfellas and The Godfather explains this a lot, that if the Mafia accepts someone who's not 100% Italian or Sicilian descent, they consider that disrespectful. So I don't think Salvatore was going to do that, because Salvatore knows the rules of the Mafia. It's the same reason why he had JD killed. killed in Liberty City Stories. But either way, thanks to Maria, now Claude is wanted by the Leones. And that's what I kept on saying, that, oh, let me listen to Salvatore's house music and that before I leave. Because now you can't go back to Portland. If you go back to Portland, the Leones are going to kill you. I know what you're going to say. Didn't the Triads try to do that? The Leones are more powerful, and they got the most powerful guns in the game. They got overpowered shotguns. So, sayonara, Salvatore. This mission actually made me sad.
We have certain issues to clear up before we continue any form of relationship, business or otherwise. Let's lay our cards on the table. I am Yakuza, and I know you worked for Salvatore Leone's family. I can give you work with our organization, but first you must prove to me that your ties with the Mafia are truly broken. Salvatore Leone will be leaving Luigi's in about 3 hours' time. Make sure he doesn't reach his club alive. Meanwhile, Maria and I will catch up on old times.
Oh, Asuka, you've got a massager.
That's not a massager.
So notice that when Maria waved to Claude, Claude showed no visible reaction. And I know Claude has the same face all the time, like he doesn't show any emotion. So 15:30, Salvatore will be leaving. And basically, that's what happened. So Claude is obviously not happy with Maria, because the Leones, Claude made way more money than working with the Leones than any other GTA character. I mean, look, in his final mission, Salvatore seriously paid Claude $150,000. That's more money than Claude ever makes in the game. And Claude, even though he's a psychopath, and that means he wouldn't stay loyal to anyone, Claude would not betray the Leones simply just because, not because he's loyal to them, but because he doesn't have a reason to. He made a lot of money, and Claude would have been set for life with the Leones. Like, he could have been their muscle for hire, because Tony can't do that no more. So I always wondered what Salvatore was doing at Luigi's club. I think Salvatore's looking for Claude. That's what he's doing. Claude is alive, and now he's looking for Claude, and I think he's trying to tell the other high-ranking members of the Leones that Claude is now our enemies. So now we're going to go right here, guys. A lot of people playing 3 today, they don't know how to properly kill Salvatore, but this is what you guys want to do. Because like I said, the Leones are too powerful. Powerful. If they see you, it's over for you. So you want to make sure to go in this area right here. So... and like I said, when we kill Salvatore now, things are going to be very dangerous. I'm not even going to show you guys what happened. That's another thing. The professional, like I said, go see the YouTuber, The Professional. He's a really good YouTuber, and he has a reason why you can never go back to Portland. There's a video that he posted titled Shotgun Hell, and it shows you why Claude can never go back to Portland now. And this mission made me sad because, like I said, I played Liberty City Stories before 3. 3 was the last game of the 3D era I ever played. And so when I found out I had to kill Salvatore, I actually felt really sad, because Salvatore is one of my favorite GTA characters. Like, my number 1 is Victor Vance. I said this already, but he's my second favorite because I just love Salvatore. I like his personality, I like his voice actor. Like, Salvatore is such a unique character on how they show it. Like, the reason why he betrays Claude, everyone thinks, oh, Maria told him they had an affair, which was not true. Claude didn't even show any reaction. This is why I said in my last video when I did Salvatore's first mission, when Maria said, oh, you treat me good, and that Claude didn't even say anything to Maria. Like, she said, oh, you treat me really good, I had so much fun, you treat me with respect. Claude doesn't even say anything to her. He doesn't care about her. He had the same face. And for some reason, Maria said, oh, you treat me okay, you treat me really good. See, that's what I said, the Leones with their overpowered shotguns. So this is it, guys. After this, we can never return to Portland. Unless you're doing one mission. That's why I said you gotta do El Burro's missions before this. Because if you try to do El Burro's missions after this mission, is suicide. It is just suicide, guys. So do El Burro's missions before you kill Salvatore. Here we go. You know, it's amazing that the Leones just walk away after Salvatore is killed. Look at all of them. They just walk away like, yeah, our boss died. Well, that's a day's work, fellas. Now we go home. So, yep, Salvatore is dead. And Claude, he can never come back to this area no more. If Claude comes back here, it is suicide. If Claude tries to return here. Like, if you try to do El Burro's mission now, you will die. You will die if you try to do El Burro's mission. Again, sorry if I sound loud, guys. I just have a really, loud voice. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm screaming. But either way, thanks to Maria, now the Leones want Claude dead, and Claude can never return to Portland. Every time you go back to Tony's mom's restaurant, every time you go back to Salvatore's mansion, the Leones, they will kill you. And they got the most powerful guns in the game. And there's just so many of them. So many people wonder what happened to the Leones. What happened to them? King Courtney would like a word. Get to the payphone in that area. I don't know how to pronounce that. So basically, any chance So the people that are shooting at us are the cartel. This is the cartel area. So yes, any chance Claude, we got a free pistol, any chance Claude has of the Leones is destroyed. And I know Claude is working for Asuka's group, the Yakuza, but the Yakuza are really weak now. Like at the time of GTA 3, the Yakuza are actually the weakest mafia in Liberty City now because of the are literally really weak. Like they're still considered the third, and they're more powerful than the triads, but they are weak in comparison to the Leones and the cartel. So that's it, guys. That's the end of Salvatore. Salvatore is dead now, and many people wonder what happens to the Leones. Does Joey become in charge of the Leones? And the reason why people think Joey becomes in charge is because he's Salvatore's son. If you play the other GTA games where Joey is mentioned, Liberty City Stories and San Andreas, Joey was not associating with the Leones at that time. And Salvatore did not respect that. So Joey didn't want to be the new leader. Joey didn't want to be a member of the family. And Salvatore did not respect that. Salvatore did not take that okay. Which is why Salvatore makes some bad comments behind Joey's back, saying that why he's a little disappointed that Joey is not a member of the Mafia. And Joey just recently joined, and Joey's a soldier. Yes, Salvatore's happy that Joey's a member of the Mafia now, but Salvatore did not prepare Joey for this because Joey didn't want to be originally the Mafia leader. So I think Tony's the new leader. I guarantee you 100% that Tony Cipriani is the new leader of the Mafia, because Tony has shown that he has leadership material. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to lead the Mafia, because in Liberty City Stories, when Salvatore was in jail, Tony actually led the Leones. So Tony knows what he's doing. He knows what to do. He knows how to lead a Mafia, and he knows how to be a good leader. And like I said, Tony's a capo regime, but and Luigi's a capo as well, but Tony is the highest ranking capo in Salvatore's family. He's like the second in command, but he's not the second in command, because fun fact, Salvatore doesn't have a second in command. Like, the Leones, they don't have a second in command, and they don't have a consigliere, which is an advisor, because Salvatore's just so ridiculously paranoid. He doesn't trust others to make decisions for him. He doesn't trust anyone to get that close to him, because if he did have second in command, Tony would have to get more closer to Salvatore. So I guarantee you Tony took over, because Tony has proven he can lead, and Tony is definitely the new leader of the Leones, and they're called the Ciprianis now. So, and in GTA 4, they said there are 5 families. I know some people consider the HD universe a separate universe or a separate timeline, but I like to believe that the Ciprianis, the Leones, are in GTA 4, and they're one of the 5 families. I like to consider that they're either the number 1 or the number 2 strongest Italian mafia in Liberty City. Because in GTA 3, there's some, I mean, in GTA 4, there are some other Italian families, and we only meet 4 of them. We only meet 4, which is the Ancelottis. There's 5 of them, and we only meet 4 other families. We meet the Pegorinos, the Ancelottis, the Gravati, and of course the Pravanos. The Pravanos are considered the 3rd most powerful mafia in Liberty City by the time of 4. So I like to believe that the Leones are still alive. Tony took over the family, and he changed their name to the Ciprianis. And Tony is the new leader and dawn of the family. And Joey, I guarantee you he wouldn't have any problem with that. Because like I said, Joey shows that he doesn't know how to lead his own mafia. And he's not a high-ranking member. And Luigi would definitely vouch for Tony. Mickey would definitely vouch for Tony, because they know what Tony is capable of. And before I wrap this up, so fans also wonder what happened to 8-Ball. What's 8-Ball's relationship with Claude? Well, apparently some people believe that 8-Ball hates Claude now because he feels responsible for the Leones, of what happened to them, for what happened to Salvatore. Because remember, 8-Ball was the one that introduced Claude to the Leones. And basically, I think 8-Ball feels betrayed, and 8-Ball should feel like that. Not that Claude cares, but there is no proof that 8-Ball hates Claude now. So either way, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And like I said, go check out the YouTuber The Professional. He's a real good YouTuber because he does a bunch of lore videos on GTA, and he has 2 videos that I suggest you guys should watch. Why Salvatore betrayed Claude, and the most stupidest things Maria has done, and that probably answer what happened to the Leones, the video of Tony. So I hope you guys liked the video. Enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time and where we do the Yakuza's first mission. Enjoy. Try to stay warm because I know it's very cold and snowy today. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and stay warm and stay safe. And remember to stay in touch with your families. Take care. See you next time.